What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. And today, I want to tell y'all a story time. Like, this is funny to me. And, you know what I'm saying? People go around and, do things and think that people are not going to catch on to them. You know what I'm saying? People think that everybody is stupid. People think that, you know what I'm saying? People just think that people are gullible. And right now, I'm not the one or the two or the three or the four or the five, because my alerts, my peepers are so high, it doesn't even make any sense. You hear me? So, story time. Okay, so y'all, I was trying to sell my white Ford Focus. It is a very nice car. I love my Ford Focus, okay? But I wanted to sell it because, number one, I have a nice truck outside, a 2024. My Ford Focus is a 2016. I could pass it on to my daughter, but listen, right now, where I'm going in life, I feel like by the time it's time for my daughter to get a car, I'll have enough money to buy her a car or whatever, whatever. Genesis and Star, I'm not really worried about them because they're still very young. Naomi's 15, and you know what I'm saying? She needs to really start learning how to drive. But the thing about it is, my yard that I have a little garage. It's a 1-car garage. And my husband at the time was trying to get a new car. And all of that was not about to fit. I literally just got rid of my other car. I had another blue Ford Focus. That was a 2010, and I had ended up getting rid of that one just because it was so much space. Like, my driveway is only so much and my garage is 1 car. So if I was to bring in another car with that car again, it's just going to be the same problem that I was having before. So I'm like, listen, let me go ahead and try to see if I can sell this car. So me and my husband talked about it, and we felt like it was a good idea to sell the car because, number one, he's going to get a car or he's going to get another truck, and it's really no purpose of having a small car because we have 3 kids. Now, it would be nice to have a little car, just to get around, a little buggy, whatever. But right now, in the time that I am in my life, I just need to have just 1 car for now. He can have 1 car. And then in the future, we can go ahead and get another car because the way how shit is set up, I don't have time to be plating every single car and doing all of this stuff right now. Plus, I just had my kid, and I don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm busy right now. So I might forget 1 car and another car. I'm too busy for that. When I was younger, I had at least about 3 cars at a time. Sometimes, at one point, I had 4 cars. So it's just too much, y'all. It's just really too much. So I just want to get rid of shit. So my husband found an app. I forgot what the app is called. What is the app called? I am so irritated because I really want to tell y'all what the app is called so y'all can know. I think it's like resale something. I don't know. I'm gonna have to leave it in the comment box or something. Okay, so this app, we have to pay $10 to post a car on. So we thinking, well, my husband is the one who, got everything together. He paid the $10 and shit, and he told me about the app, and I was just like, you gotta pay $10. You know what I'm saying? Usually, I sell cars very fast, especially if they're priced at a reasonable price, or if they're reasonable price, or if they're priced cheaper. But this car, I was not trying to sell for cheap, and I wanted what I wanted for this car, so it is what it is. So I have posted it for $4,500 because the car is a very good car, even though it's a 2016, but it comes with a lot of things, and it's a sport car. So you could really sport that car if you want to. Like, it's equipped, you feel me? And I feel like somebody will buy it no matter what. New tires, all that shit. Somebody will buy the car. So we posted or whatever. And then plus we thinking like, this is a safe and secure app, because if we're paying for this service for them to boost our car up, then we're definitely going to get traction. We're definitely going to find somebody to buy the car. Okay, so boom, a couple of days go by, or not even a couple of days, I would say the next day goes by, or maybe 2 days. I would say a couple of days go by, because I already posted it where I'm posting, and my people, they already interested already. So I have like a lot of inboxes about meeting up to look at the car. So but nobody's really like setting my interest, because number one, the place that I set, the region that I set where I wanted to sell the cars, I'm already an hour away from that region. So it's like, if you're not saying what I want to hear, I'm not running and jumping to go meet you to do anything. I want to know if you have the cash, and if you're serious, you got your ID, you got your shit. I don't even care if you got insurance. If you have your ID, you have your proper stuff, and we could go to the notary, then you can have the car and I could go about my business. That's how I usually sell cars. So he DMs or inboxes my husband and basically was saying, no, I'm sorry, that was another person. So this girl inboxed me because my husband has me controlling the app. Even though he posted and paid for it, he has me controlling the app. So this girl, she seems like a young girl, was saying that where she's at, she cannot see, she doesn't really have service, but if you can text her father, he can explain all of the details and they are interested in the car. Okay, she sent the number. So I told my husband, I said, call this man or text this man and let this man know that his daughter is interested in the car and to text you. My husband did so. The guy said, okay, how are you? And, he asked why we selling the car. We told him the reason why we're selling the car. Same reason I told you guys. And he was saying, okay, well, basically I am buying this car for a wedding anniversary gift or something to that effect or whatever, and for my pastor. So that's what he was telling my husband. But all along I'm saying, like, what? But I'm not saying nothing yet. So he was like, okay, right now we're just gonna go off of trust here. I don't know you, you don't know me. This is what he's telling my husband. But right now I'm gonna send you a cashier's check. Just send me your address and your name, your phone number, so that way the check can come to you and it can have your name on the check. And once you cash this cashier's check, then I could come and collect the car. And when my husband told me this shit, I said, babe, I said, I have never in my years of selling cars, selling a business, selling houses, that they do this. Like, I know that when you sell a house, for sure, because it's people that's out of town that'll send you some shit like this, but not a cashier's check. If it's out of town, they're gonna wire you the funds, okay? So I've heard of out of town deals. That's not the problem, but this is a vehicle. How are you going to get this vehicle to your pastor if you're sending me a check? Number one, the address is not even making sense on this check. And I'm going to show y'all the address. Okay, so we got the address, y'all. It's Digital Marketing Agency and Consulting Company, LLC. And the address is 422 N Capitol Avenue, San Joe, California. This don't even make sense, y'all. Priority email. So when I get the check or whatever, this is the check. I'm not going to show the name or whatever, but I'm definitely going to show who it's by. Andrew J. Benson, okay? Number one, the red flag when I got the check, because I was already telling my husband that, people don't do that. People don't send checks. And he was saying, oh, let's just do it real quick, just to see what can it hurt. I said, yeah, but this person's going to have our address. And he was basically saying, like, listen, it's just an address, you know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody going to come. Like, my husband, he really don't care. Like, really, for real, if they was to come here, they should have never came, is what I'm saying. So that's what he's basically saying. Like, if they come here, they're going to get dealt with. But I was just like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I don't have time to be disputing and debating and all of this extra shit. So I'm like, just, whatever. If it comes and it's real, then whatever. But I just was kind of iffy. So it came in the mail or whatever. And the one thing that I noticed about this check, that it says $7,250. I'm selling my car for $4,500. You text us and said, I left that out. I should have told y'all that. They text us and said, if you lower the price by, what he said, 5% or 2%, something to that effect, then I will buy your car. So I said, okay, you know, that's whatever. So why are you sending me a check that's $7,250 if my car is only $4,500 and you claim that you wanted 5% off of the original price? That was a big red flag. And then United Valley Bank, I've never heard of that bank before. So I said, you know what? Let me Google this bank because this is strange. Number one, you sending me a check. It doesn't even have an address to where you came from. It doesn't have a number on the check, even though it's a cashier's check, okay? Which I got cashier's check before, but they were real, okay? But I've never actually looked to see, because I bought them before to pay somebody. But I've never looked to, like, really see, like, you know, what is. So I didn't know if this was real or not. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to go, because a cashier's check, for those of y'all who don't know, a cashier's check is basically like money. It's like the actual money. You can go and cash this at an Ace, cash this anywhere. It's a cashier's check. You could get the actual money for this check. But if you put it in your bank account, of course, it would have to go into the bank account. And of course, it would have to clear before you can get your funds. That's how it works anyway. But this is a cashier's check. So I could take this down the street to Ace and cash it if it was a real check. So I said, you know what? I'm going to wait until Monday, because this check came in the mail Sunday, but it came in a certified mailing packet like this. And it's so funny because I still have the pack that it came in. It's actually in the garbage. I'm going to throw it out now. But this is what it came in, and the address was right here on the box. And I kept the address too because, yeah, I just feel like I needed to talk about the situation. So, you know, I waited and I called. And at first, you know, they were acting like they didn't want to tell me, like, you know, they talk about, oh, everything is confidential. We can't really tell you who banks with us or whatnot. And I said, listen, I got a cashier's check in the mail from somebody that's trying to purchase my car. I'm not trying to take this check, if it's fake, to go cash it, and then I'm gonna have to deal with the consequence when they find out that it's fake, because they're gonna give me the money. I could go and cash this now. They're gonna give me the money, but they're gonna find out within the next hour or two, and they're gonna be calling and all of this extra shit. And who has time for all of that shit? $7,000? I'm not trying to go to jail for some fake ass check and it's not even that serious. I don't really need the money. I'm not selling the car for the money. So it's just like, I'm not pressed or none of this shit. If this person was to send a check to somebody that was actually in need, had a real reason to sell the car, these people would have got played, and then they would have been in jail because of somebody like you. The person's name is Andrew J. Benson. So when I called the bank, I finally got a hold of somebody that can let me know. They asked me what was the name on the check, and I told them Andrew J. Benson. And he said, oh my God, hold on. This is a whole nother thing. Hold on. And he put me on hold. So when he said that, I said, that right there was already another red flag. Now, it's already so many red flags. How, you know what I'm saying? How many red flags do we need at this point? And that's what I was trying to explain. So he come back on the phone and he said, yeah, that Andrew J. Benson, he was like, they've been doing a lot of fraud checks. They've been sending out a lot of cashier's checks. People have been cashing them, and we've been having a lot of fraud with this name, under this name, Andrew J. Benson. So the thing about it is, you're going around doing this to a lot of people. You're probably on every app trying to look at homes, trying to buy cars, trying to do whatever he's trying to do, and sending these people cashier's checks. And they're actually going to go and cash these checks. That's fucking ridiculous, if you ask me. It's just out of it. And this United Valley Bank, y'all should have better security and better protection, so that way people don't have to come and do some fraud ass scamming ass shit like this. Because this right here is ridiculous. And if I was in need and if I was desperate, I would have went to go cash this check, not even questioning if it's real. You know how many people are really in need, and you're going around and playing games like this, Andrew J. Benson, if this is even your real name. And then on top of it, you're sending people multiple checks like this, and you're using the same name. How dumb can you be? I'm not even a scammer, and I wouldn't even use the same name over and over again if I'm doing fraud ass shit. Like, come on now. Look at this, y'all. This is the check. Look at that. For $7,250. That's a lot of money that somebody actually could really need. Like, a lot of money. A lot of money that somebody can actually really need. And this is what I have to say about this. This is what I have to say about this. You thought you got somebody, but you really did not. If you ever come across this person, because this person is not only where I'm at, they're everywhere. If you're in California, if you're anywhere, Ohio, wherever you're from, make sure you protect yourself, because this guy is out. Do you understand? He's out and he's sending these checks like crazy. Do not fall victim to these scams.